Alright, what is up? This is the Mega Drive collection for the PlayStation 4. So let's just go through what games are actually in it. We have Alex Kidd, Alien Soldier, Alien Storm, Altered Beast, Beyond Oasis, which is a questionable choice, I don't like it. Biohazard Battle, Bonanza Bros, Columns 3, Comic Zone, very good game. Crackdown, Decap Attack, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, which is Puyo Puyo for the Western market. Dynamite Heady, which is a nice addition. E-SWAT, City Under Siege. Fatal Labyrinth, not my game. Flicky, very basic, looks like it could have been on the Master System. Gain Ground, Galaxy Force 2, Golden Axe 2, Golden Axe 3. This one's not good. This one's the best one. And Gunstar Heroes, very, very pleased that is making an appearance. Kid Chameleon, Landstalker, Light Crusader, Phantasy Star 2, Phantasy Star 3, Phantasy Star 4, Rice Star, Shadow Dancer, Shining in the Darkness, Shining Force 2, Shinobi 3, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 2, Sonic 3D, Sonic Spinball, Space Harrier 2, Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3, with a region select for 3 and 2. Super Thunderblade, Sword of Vermilion, The Revenge of Shinobi, Toe Jaminal Panic in Funkatron or on Funkatron, Vector Man 2, Virtua Fighter 2, Wonder Boy 3 Monster Lair, and Wonder Boy in Monster World. Now, as I went through this, you may have noticed over in the Sonic section that there are two or one very prominent exclusions, and that would be Sonic 3 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Why, oh why, pray tell, is the best games from the Sonic series not part of this collection? Sega have treated Sonic and Knuckles very weirdly, because it sometimes it shows up in collections, but a lot of the times it doesn't. And I'm very, very confused as to why that is, unless there is some sort of truth to the Michael Jackson stuff and they no longer can license it. So why is it missing? I don't know. It kind of, to me, it gives credence to the idea that Sonic 3 and Knuckles did have some input from Michael Jackson, and they have run into licensing issues when they've tried to port it to all the other consoles, whereas Sonic 1, 2, 3D, and Spinball do not have that kind of issue. So it kind of gives credence to that theory, in my opinion, but just be aware that that is missing, and it sucks that it's missing. I did send out a tweet to Sega Europe about it, but the chances of little old me getting a response are next to minimal. So, what is new? What is cool? What is good in this collection? Well, it has this little room, and it has, more importantly, online multiplayer, which you can filter the matchmaking depending on what game you want to play. So if I only want to find games for Streets of Rage 2, I'll just deselect everything else, toggle all, and then select them one by one. Otherwise, you can start matchmaking with all of them and just get a random game, play a random game with someone. They even have a Knuckles sticker on the side of that cab speaker, which kind of adds insult to injury, if you ask me. You can also invite friends. So this, to me, is the biggest change to this collection, is the ability to play online with your friends or just complete randoms, which is what I did last night. And because I was on wireless, it wasn't perfect, but I will endeavor to, you know, get a more accurate depiction of the online at some point in the future. The other addition is a completely different trophy set to what has been put on the Ultimate Collection on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox. So there are very different trophies to get. They actually have a reasonable trophy for Streets of Rage 3 this time, which is finish the game on normal or hard. And again, a reasonable trophy for Streets of Rage 1, which is get to the final boss without using a continue. And then you get games like Toe Jam and Earl, which dance the hula, and find the secret island, where you think, what are those trophies? So a lot of these trophies are really easy, kind of seem like maybe not a huge amount of thought put into them, but they're better at least than most of the trophies from the PS3 last gen collections. Then you have challenges, which are not trophies, but they are challenges that that Sega, I suppose, have set for you to try and do. So that's a little something extra that you can do. Into the TV, you can either put it full screen, you can, emulator settings, you can put on this. So actually in the corner there, top left, it shows you what effect the filters will have. That smooths everything out, makes you look like you're not wearing glasses. That sharpens things, smooths things out and sharpens. That's still got some edges, whereas this kind of smooths out those edges, and that looks like it's, well, I would say that's probably the best filter, honestly. If you wanted just a clean look without any of the old Megadrive pixelation. So that completely smooths out the image. And I suppose I'll try with none and whatever. So disable the sprite limit. So override some console rendering limitations but may cause other graphical glitches. Mirror mode. Flip the screen horizontally, reversing all gameplay and text on the screen. Controls are mirrored to match. I don't quite understand why you'd want that, but okay. And you can give this TV screen a curved look, like it is a real television, old CTR. So disable the sprite limit would be handy, because there's some weird things going on in Streets of Rage 2 that I don't notice on my cartridge when I'm playing it. So anyway, let us look at Streets of Rage 3 first of all, because being able to switch the regions is fucking huge. And if you don't realize why, well, Streets of Rage 3 in Japan is a very different game. I'll say that. And it looks like this is the actual Japanese version. I'm fucking impressed. This is the first time, to my knowledge, that you can switch the regions on an officially released Megadrive compilation like this. So this is something going for it, because what you have to realize is that this is probably a completely different ROM. So it's not just changing, a text pack. This is a completely different ROM to the European and even the American. And granted, the ROMs aren't that, big to begin with, so it's not really that much of a hassle, but it's definitely a very welcome inclusion to me. So, because I actually like this game when it's in Japanese, because it's proper. This is how the game was meant to be done. Whereas the American version is trash. Way harder, for no real reason, really. So yeah, I very much enjoy this. This game was both censored and made more difficult in the West. For reasons, well, I know why it was censored, because, you know, maybe conservative America wasn't ready for a flamboyantly gay character. You know what I mean? The conservative West. Which I do want to show you guys, just in case you're not really familiar with it. But, this is going to be a long video. I'm going to be going through some of my favorites. Pretty much only my favorites. Because there's a lot of games on here, and there's quite a few that I'm not into. Like, I praised the Megadrive up and down, but it wasn't all rainbows and unicorns and, you know, shitting gold. There was a few iffy additions to the library. At least in my opinion. And, you know what? Echo the Dolphin was on the previous collections, but fuck Echo the Dolphin, it's a shit game. So I'm glad that it's omitted, just because it's a waste of space. That might get me some shit. Oh shit, hold on. There's a fucking fast forward. Oh wow. And a rewind. Oh wow. There's a mad thing. Wow. That's actually fucking neat. Okay. So I'm gonna change emulator setting here real quick. We're gonna put on XBR. And we're gonna see how the game looks now. Oh wow. Okay. Wow, you can really see the difference with that XBR. Holy shit. It looks so weird though. It's like it's completely removed the pixel element. And it makes it look like it's drawn almost, like inked in or something. That's so... I've never used this filter on an emulator before. That is so bizarre. And it doesn't seem to create input lag or anything. So here's our first look at Ash, the flaming homo that was censored for the West and replaced with Shiva. Instead of Ash, it is Shiva driving this boat. So, and he's a completely optional boss too. Also, this soundtrack really fucking bangs on a loud system. This filter looks so strange. I dig it though. It just looks really weird with the shadowing. It's so weird. Looks it's like painted on. So fucking strange. Completely removes the pixel look of the characters especially. So just hold the touch button to exit. So this kind of does the same. So let's see. That kind of does the same, except it kind of retains some of the pixelness. So let's pixelness is a technical term. Oh yeah. It's probably a more drastic difference if I went from none to that one, but you can see it's like a bit more, it's a lot less kind of, everything kind of conjoined in a way, you know what I mean? It's got a bit more definition. But it's still got that kind of painted look. I never really mess with the filters because I like to play the games how they're intended. So he has some voice. So yeah, you can I guess you can see why this guy was removed. His sprites is also huge. I mean, look at how huge he is compared to me. Like, his thigh is bigger than me. Like, it's madness. Oh, shit. So anyway, this guy becomes playable once you beat him and stuff. But we are going to eject the cartridge and we're going to look at a different game. So I really just wanted to show that off. And you can't go to the extras while it's in the Japanese. Whoops. So, whoops. Put it into normal. And so this is finish the game for the trophy. And this is beat the twin bosses at the end of stage 2 with just 10% health remaining or less. Which we won't do. So to give an example of the challenges, I will go through a challenge on Streets of Rage. I've done this one already, but it's eating turkey. Finish stage 1 with a full bar of health. What they don't tell you is they make you play as Blaze, which is kind of unfortunate because Blaze is the weakest character in the game, but also the fastest, but the weakest. I would have preferred to play as Adam for this, but there you go. So this is the kind of thing that you do. It just kind of loads you into a state, a save state that has been made, presumably by the developers or someone in their QA. I don't know who would be in charge of that kind of thing. And so what I'm actually going to do now is turn off the filter. That was not what I meant to do. But I've done it now. I wasn't that far in anyway. So yeah, I'm going to turn off the filter here and we're going to take another crack at it. So what you can see with the filter being off is that things are much more pixely. And how they were intended to be seen. This soundtrack is also really, really good. A lot of people don't like the soundtrack to 3, and it's because it's experimental. It's a very experimental sound. A lot of experimental techniques were used to create it. Some of the techniques are a bit more mainstream now, and probably a bit more accepted now as well. The kind of sound that the soundtrack is. But a lot of the people that grew up with these games definitely aren't huge fans of the third game soundtrack, because it is such a huge departure from... I mean, this game is purely house music. The second game kind of goes a bit off the track when it comes to that, but it is primarily still in the same vein. It is still very much, 80s, 90s house music and stuff like that. So I'm not sure what the hell they've done here. I'm not sure what difficulty this has been put at. But this is not normal. This volume of enemies is not normal. So yeah. It should also... There's also a bit of random trivia, I suppose. Is that Queens of the Stone Age, on their first album, have a song called "You Can't Quit Me, Baby," and the song actually has the same chord progression as the song in the final level of this game. So that's worth a listen to as well. I failed. But I'm talking away, so either way. What you do is you beat all those enemies, you beat up the boss a little bit, and then you kind of get close to the turkey, you call the police, and then the police kills the boss and you pick up the turkey and you win. It's pretty simple. So this game's got no extras, just a trophy. This one has just a trophy. And you can change the region of this game, which I'm not entirely sure what that changes, because from what I recall, the differences between the Japanese version and the Western version of 2 aren't that severe. They're pretty much round about the same. So I don't recall any form of major difference. Yeah, there doesn't appear to be much difference, really. But I mean, it's there as a thing to do, you know? What I would like to see, actually, is I know that there was a bit of a difference with Blaze. So I'm just gonna see if that is a thing. Let's just go in and pick Blaze. So let's just do the quick test. Nope, it is also censored. So in the Japanese version, it's okay, it's that one. So yeah, in the Japanese version you can see white panties. Because reasons. I mean, it's realistic, right? So I'm gonna eject the cartridge and I'm gonna change to American. Presumably. I'm gonna presume that all of these are American unless stated otherwise, such as the region changes. Because they all seem to be running at 60 Hertz. Whereas European stuff usually runs at 50. Unless it's emulated, in which case it usually gets emulated to 60. Ah, here we go. Yeah, so in the American version you can see upper skirt is just a black void. So it kind of makes the illusion of her kind of, I don't know, it's either that she's got black panties on, or it's supposed to be like shadow, or her thighs are just extra thick. I don't know. But yeah, that's a change from the Japanese version. What else? Virtua Fighter? Let's go Virtua Fighter. See what's up with that. Although the fucking Megadrive version is... yeah. Oh man, this roster though. I wanna be a ninja. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is a thing. Didn't the 32X have like a more 3D version? Or was that CD? I don't remember. What a weird thing to port though. Like, your flagship 3D fighter. Why would you port it to a 2... I don't... I really don't know. It's a questionable decision at best. Oh yeah, let's just fast forward it, fam. Kaiju jumps are fucking high. Ow, ow. Yeah. Some developers didn't use the Megadrive's music chip the best. This is probably a really good example of not using it the best. Like, to say the least, I would think. Oh dear. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. She's a bitch anyway. That's something, right? So let's take a look at Sonic 2, because I like Sonic 2. Not a huge fan of Sonic 1. Mainly because I'm bad at it. Hashtag never beaten Sonic 1. Hashtag. I know. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Well, it's Sonic 2. I wonder if they're gonna have DLC for this game. You know, that's just occurred to me, actually. What if Sonic and Knuckles and shit like that is gonna be like DLC or something? Excuse me? What was that music for? Da, 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 da. Well, I fucked that one up. Da, 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 da. Good old Sonic. I believe the speed run is 19 seconds. So, well on my way to well on my way to speedrunning Sonic. So, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's really a question in anybody's mind what Sonic is the best Sonic game. That shouldn't have happened. That was a bit suspect. Oh, good. Yeah. Hesitation fucked me on that one. Da, 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 da. Thank you, Tails. Someday Tails will learn. Maybe not. That was a weird hitch that just happened as the level loaded in. See if it happens again. It happened again. Alright, that is interesting. Sonic music does that to you. Or at least to me. I'm gonna beat this Act 1. Then I'm gonna head off to a different game. Oh my tits. Alright. Fucking 91 rings. Suck my nuts. Alright, let's see what else we got. We have got Gunstar, which is a lovely video game except for the last level. Or the dice level. I forget if that's the last one. But, yeah. The fucking dice level is the worst thing in the world. By far. What an underappreciated gem this is. Oh god, this music though. When it's really loud, it just sounds like a mess. Ow. No, let me go. Would you fucking... Thank you. That is really loud. But anyway. Boom, son. Thank you. Now I get to turn this jungle into a fiery hellscape. Man, it reminds me of when I was in Nam. I mean, wait, huh? Oh, fuck me. You know what? No. Literally suck my nuts. Bravo, man. Spinning driver dragon punch. Literally a hunk of squares. So if you've seen that meme on Twitter, this looks very much like it. And he's fucking dead. Or is he? Aha. Yeah, he's fucking dead. Oh, you fucking titty wank bastard. Yeah, dude. Yeah, sure, I'll take that. Hey, fucking mosquitoes. Don't give me AIDS, I swear to Christ. If you give me hep, I will fucking murder you. Oh no! Rain is so fucking loud. Holy shit. It's all very like shrill noises as well. It's kind of what makes it worse. Very shrill noises. Yeah, I wish you could hit me. You fucking wish you could hit me. You wish. Stage clear. Also, yeah, epilepsy warning for real. Like, they ain't fucking around. A lot of old games relied on, like, flashing sprites and shit. So... fuck you if you got epilepsy, my dudes. Alright. How long has this been going? 35 minutes. What's another game that I should hit on real quick? Not in like a Morgan Freeman kind of way, but like a look at. Golden Axe. I'm not really. I was never a Golden Axe kind of person. I kind of skipped the early generation side scrollers and went straight to the good shit like Streets of Rage. Let's be Gimli. Oh, women in video games. Never been able to play a woman character. I've played this women character in in a lot of these games. So suck my fucking. You suck my whole asshole. So yeah, compared to Streets of Rage, this is fucking basic as tits. Like, Streets of Rage is like the pussy and ass, right? This is just, like, this is just tits, you know what I mean? Like, Streets of Rage 1 is like a puss. Streets of Rage 2 is like the pretty face. And then Streets of Rage 3 is like the ass. Like the asshole, the rectum, the rectal area, the hole itself. Fuck me. What am I talking about? Whee! My name's fucking Gimli. You respect my authority. Get fucking kicked, you midget bastard. Yeah, midget fuck. Oh no, I'm getting gang fucked. This is originally an arcade game. And I think the arcade game's pretty much closer to this, except maybe the sprites have more detail and they're like bigger, I think. I'm not sure what the differences is. Because again, like, this isn't really my game. I know there's like a bootleg of Streets of Rage on the arcade though. I don't know how legitimate. Well, it's a fucking bootleg, but. Oh no. Oh no. Magic! Away! So, yeah. Streets of Rage 1, you can kind of see where a bit of the concept for the police stuff came from. It was definitely, like, you know, had hints of this game. But anyway, fuck this game. It's not really what I'm into. I don't know. It's alright, I guess. We'll end on... Well, no, we'll do 2 more games. We will do Comic Zone, and we'll do 1 more after that. And now, like I said, I'm only doing like quick little looks at these games just to see if I can. Sega Technical Institute. This game is amazing, but unbearably difficult. But it's got such a nice aesthetic, and the soundtrack's really good too. I really like this game. You know what I actually want to look at? I want to look at what it looks like with this. Fuck. Oh, full screen. Oh, Jesus Christ. That looks mad. was actually mad. Ow. So you actually get hurt for punching things. So, which is kind of messed up. Emulator settings. Yeah, let's take off. Yay, the rat is free. I'm a savior to rats. Yucky. Oh man. There's some lag going on right now. I don't have the cartridge to Comic Zone, so I couldn't possibly comment on what's accurate or not. Like, I have the cartridge for Streets of Rage, but even then, that's European, and I'm sure there's some differences between, performance-wise, between the European and American. I love Comic Zone. If only I was better at it. So we'll end off with a classic Altered Beast, which again is part of the whole basic brawler kind of stuff that was very prevalent early arcades and stuff.
Rise from your grave.
And continued fairly nicely onto the consoles. I don't think it had much of a struggle other than graphical fidelity. Which, of course, on the console is never going to be very good. Well, back in the day, anyway. Nowadays, you could easily get arcade perfect games on a console, presuming that they've been ported correctly. Which is something that Capcom loves to fuck up quite often, even today, for some reason. A reason that I don't know and I can't really tell. So this game is a big promoter of steroids. Like, huge promoter of steroids. We should probably ban it to save the kids and stuff, right? Give me a pooch. Give me this fucking upgrade. So this character is better in pretty much every single way. And has fireballs. Of course he does. Oh fuck, yeah, I forgot about this move. That's the bee's fucking knees right there. That's right, get fucked, dog. Yeah, that's fucking right. Fucking right. Ow, no. It hurts. It hurts, I tell you, it hurts. What you gonna fucking... Come on, just turn into the fucking face. Do the mad thing. Oh yeah, he turned into this fucking ugly goblin first. He shoots faces, that's right. I don't know. I think this is a very worthwhile collection to get. My only grievance is Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That's my grievance, really, is Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And I think Sonic 3 has been taken off of Steam? I'll have to fact check that. I don't know what that means, but I assume it means something very bad. Very bad. But anyway, I think that's where I'm going to end it. I didn't mean to reset. I'm very tired. I have to stream in a bit. And, I haven't eaten yet. But that is the collection. It is primarily the reason why I'm so excited about this collection is the online multiplayer, because finally there is an official way to play co-op in these games, which is something that I am very, very much into. And of course it has a platinum trophy. Some of these trophies are stupid, some of them are easy. Get 500 rings, simple. Can collect all 6 Chaos Emeralds. Collect 3 Chaos Emeralds in Toxic Caves. Gain a high score of at least 5,000 at easy. Find the secret island. Dance the hula. Use 4 different weapon modes in one session. Golden Axe. Use magic when no enemies are present. Golden Axe 2. Kill 25 enemies by knocking them off the environment, which they do track in-game, thank Christ. During a single playthrough, max out your magic. Space Harrier 2, reach a score of 5 million, which I've already done in Yakuza. In Yakuza 0, Kiwami, and 6. So that's pretty simple. Defeat the Robo Collector. Sonic 2, finish Emerald Hills with 5 lives. The Eagle has landed. Shining Force, make it to Alteron. Alteron, yeah. Challenge, complete 1 challenge, 10 challenges. It's easy. Keep your powder dry. Get a Shinobi bonus. Complete a level without throwing a shuriken. That's... I don't want to say it's easy, but it's very possible. Get to the final boss without using continue. Win 50 games of rock, paper, scissors. I don't know what that means. Complete first 2 stages without using magic. Finish the game on normal or hard. I hope that applies to the Japanese version, because if it doesn't, oh fuck. Golden Axe games, collect 200 magic. Complete all challenges. Play 20 games and play 50 games. So, pretty much standard stuff. Very much standard stuff. And there's a few stupid trophies in there. But mostly they're, again, just standard, what you'd expect. And I can completely understand not wanting to get this collection because of its omission of Sonic 3 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Completely understand, but for me personally, I'm in this for the co-op, Streets of Rage, and a few miscellaneous games that, you know, maybe I haven't played before. So, really, for me, this is good. And plus, if you've already owned Sonic 3 on Steam, there is a community mod that is a complete Sonic 3 and Knuckles edition. And that mod is definitely worth a download. Because it is pretty much Sonic 3 complete. It maintains some of the classic, some of the original music and some of the original stuff from Sonic 3 original, but adds in the content of Knuckles. So if you have the Steam version, and plus the Steam version will automatically update to this version if you own them already. So if you already own them on Steam, I think you can play multiplayer and such with an update. So that is my video on this collection. I will probably do videos on the individual games when the mood strikes me and I do not feel like I want to fucking pass out and I feel terrible and shit, which is currently 95% of the time. Actually, it's 100% of the time. I fucking lied. And I'm doing this video and I do my streams through sheer force of will. So anyways, I will see you all when I see you all. Peace.